Hello and welcome to this full Google Drive for Beginners tutorial. I will have everything timestamped down below where you can click on it and go exactly where you want in the video. But if you're looking for a full overview of Google Drive, all of its features, and everything that you can do, this is the video for you. So we're starting here on the Google Drive desktop page here. You can go to google.com/drive. And if you have a Google account, you already have Google Drive. If you don't, you can sign in or sign up. So as you can see, you can try Drive or go to Drive. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Drive, but if you don't have an account, you go to sign up at no cost, and then you decide whether it's for personal or for business use. And then once you do that, you're good to go. Then you go to drive.com or google.com/drive. And as you can see, this is my main Google Drive page. Now yours may look slightly different as I'm viewing mine in dark mode, but again, it's going to look very similar to this. This is my Drive. Over here on the left-hand side, we'll see some navigation links. Under Home here, you can see on Home, it's going to basically be a place where you can search your Drive for all different types of files, as well as look at your most recent files or suggested files and folders that Google Drive may recommend to you. So I like to go to My Drive. That's where I start. So under My Drive is where you can customize how it looks when you get here. So I can hit the drop-down menu and I can see the same thing over on the left-hand side. Now, when you open your Drive and you're first starting, you're not going to see anything here. The first thing that you're going to want to do is either upload a file or create a new folder. So you can right-click anywhere within your Drive and either create a new folder by clicking on New Folder, or you can upload a file or a folder upload directly from your Mac or PC. Also, Google Drive is not Google Docs, Sheets, Slides, or all of those things. Google Docs and all of those things work within Google Drive. So as you can see, I can actually go here, and when I right-click to upload a folder or file, I can choose between a Google Doc, Sheet, Slide, Form, etc. I can click on that right there, or I can hover over the arrow and it shows blank document, or I can even create from a template. The first thing we're going to do today is create a new folder. So we're going to go ahead and create a new folder by clicking on New Folder, and then we're just going to give this folder a name. So Tutorial is the name of this new folder. Give it a name and click on Create. Now, all of this is going to work and look very similar on mobile. I will show you how that looks right now on my iPhone. As you can see, this is the Google Drive app on my mobile phone. I would highly recommend that you download it because it works seamlessly with the desktop version. As you can see, if I swipe down and update, you can see that new tutorial folder syncs directly on my mobile app, and I can tap into the folder just like I would on desktop. So just remember that it's going to look the same over on mobile. All right, so let's hop back over here and let's go ahead and go into that new folder. Now, obviously, there are no files currently in the folder, but if I right-click here, again, I can go to File Upload. So I go to File Upload, and it gives me a list of files. Now, you can really upload any file format that you want. Just remember that maybe all of them may not open depending on what type of file they are. So I'm going to upload an MP4 or video file as well as a JPEG or image file, and then I'm going to go ahead and select those, double-click or click Open to begin uploading those files. In the bottom, you should see the process of it uploading those files. Once the files have been uploaded, you'll see those files right here in your Drive. Now, if you want to, you can always right-click on a file and do a couple of things. You can download it. So if you upload on one PC, you can download on another or a mobile device for that matter. You can rename. So we'll rename this Tutorial 1 and then hit Enter. As you can see, that has been renamed. And then if I wanted to, I could even double-click on that and open a preview of that image or whatever it may be here within Google Drive. Now, once you're within a folder and you have files selected within your Google Drive, you will be able to highlight those files and do a couple of things. When you have those files highlighted, you'll see a list of options above, kind of letting you know what you can do. This little guy means you can download with the down arrow. This means you can move it to another folder in your Drive by clicking on that. It'll then bring up basically a historical information from your Drive on where you can move it to, and as well as a trash can where you can basically delete it, or a copy link. Now, if you copy this link, we'll talk about this feature here shortly. You're able to share Google Drive folders and files and give people full access to download, edit, and make all changes that they want on their side as well. So that's going to be everything you really need to know about creating a folder. You just right-click, create that folder, and then once here, you can upload files. Now, if you want to open a new Google Doc, you just right-click, go to Google Doc, and it'll open up a Google document for you to go ahead and edit. So we'll go ahead and give that Google document a name, and we'll name it tutorial for simplicity's sake. And then what you will do is if you go back to your drive, you're going to see now that Google document will show up within your folder. Again, if you want to delete something, you select and then Command or Shift hold there, and it'll select multiple files, and then you just click on the trash can icon to completely move that to the trash. Now, when something's moved to the trash or deleted in Google Drive, now when files are deleted in Google Drive, they'll show up in the trashed items bin here for a little while. They will be here for 30 days. So if you accidentally delete something, you can go to the trash can option here, see what you've deleted, and then basically right-click on it and restore, or you can right-click and delete forever, depending on exactly what you want to do. All right, so we're going to hop back over to our folder. Now, the same goes for any other type of file. You can right-click and go to Create New Google Sheet. If we do that, it'll open up a new spreadsheet or Google spreadsheet, and then we can give that a name here. And then if we go back to our folder, we will see that a new Google spreadsheet named Tutorial is right here. Now, these things within the folder can be clicked and moved, and you can drag them to different folders and areas within your Google Drive like this if you wanted to. Also, if you want to change the way that you're viewing things here within your Google Drive, you can go up here and there is a list view or layout and then a grid layout. I prefer the list layout, but again, you can choose between the two in the upper portion of your screen. Also, if you notice that I have a dark view or canvas here on my Google Drive, if I go to the settings or gear icon here, I can go to settings here and it's going to show me all of my settings for my Google Drive. The start page, do you want it to be My Drive or Home? I prefer it to be My Drive. Under Appearance, I like mine to be dark, but if you want, you can change it to light. Again, all of that is just preference. And then density, basically, I have mine set to comfortable. You can change it to cozy or compact. That basically just adjusts the spacing between the text and how small or large the text is. Also, you have notification and manage app options over here, and that's a little more in detail that we're not going to get into today. Also, anytime you upload anything, you'll see it in the lower portion of your screen, and it'll let you know whether it's been completed with a green check mark. And if you want to, you can even click the folder icon, and it'll take you directly to that specific file. You can always X or minimize that by tapping or clicking on the arrow. Now, if you've noticed, there's going to be a certain amount of storage that you have within your Google Drive. Now, for me, I pay for 2 terabytes, but if you want to, you can click on Get More Storage, and it'll take you to the Google One page where you can actually look at what it would cost you monthly to up your storage. Now, I use my Google One or Google Drive storage across my Google Photos as well. So any photo that I take on my iPhone automatically syncs to Google Photos, and so it uses that storage as well. But go ahead and choose the plan that you want. Decide whether you want to pay monthly or annually, and then go ahead and purchase that. And that way, you will never run out of storage, or you can keep track of it here. And if you really wanted to, you could click on storage and see exactly what's taking up the most storage by sorting by largest to smallest files. And if you want to, you can even go to clean up space, and it'll use its algorithm or AI tools to basically search your drive and figure out what it thinks to be trash or something taking up space that shouldn't be, right? So that's basically all you would need to do. All right, if you wanted to change, like I have here, the color of your folder or the look and feel of it, you will just need to right-click on the folder there and then go to Organize, and you can see that you can add it to Start or Favorites, which will show up at the top when you go to your homepage, or you can change the folder color. And we'll change this folder color to be a nice little teal color here, and as you can see, it changes exactly the color to kind of color code things. And if you wanted to, you click and hold and move things around or into different folders, right? So if I wanted to, I could even go here, move this into the Areas folder, and it'll move there, and go ahead and double click that, and as you can see, that tutorial folder is now nested within a different subset of folders. All right, let's talk about, finally, how to send and share folders or files within Google Drive. Let's say you want to email a Google file or Google Drive file to a coworker or a friend. There's going to be a process of doing this, and I'm going to walk you through exactly what you need to do to make sure you share it the way that you want. So we're going to go ahead and double click this, and we're going to say we're going to want to share this Google document. We will right click this option here, and we will go to share. Now there's a couple of options. We can click the share link here, or we can copy a link and paste that into an email. And as you can see, I've emailed it to myself, and it looks like this. It's a URL that you can either send the full URL, or you can obviously add it and highlight the text and add a link that way. But once the person gets it, they can click on that Google Drive link, and it'll take them directly to the file that you've shared with them. So again, you just right-click, go to share, and click on copy link. But if we go to share, there's a couple of things that you need to know here. When you share something within Google Drive, whether it be a folder or a file, there's a couple of things you need to know. Number one, the general access when sent this way is going to be restricted, as you can see under access, the drop-down menu here. So basically, anyone with the link will be able to view and access it, or restricted will only allow people with the link to access it, right? So this is kind of an open thing of how you're going to send it. Now, when you do this, understand that you may have to give people access. So if I choose a person here, there's going to be a couple of options that I can do. I can go and hit the drop down where it says editor, and there's three options: viewer, commenter, or editor. Viewer only allows them to view the file. They can't download it, they can't edit it. Commenter allows them to make comments or suggestions on the file or folder, but that's it. An editor will give them full access to basically go and understand that they can make changes, they can save it again, but just know that when they do this, they have full access. So when you do this, as I've done here, basically there's an option here with a little link option. I can copy that link, and I've now created a link that I can go back and email, or if I wanted to, I could just basically send here within this format and go to send, and it's going to send it to Phil there directly from the Google Drive page, right here directly from where I am, right? And that's really all you needed to know about sending and receiving files. So lastly, I just want to talk quickly about the other kind of apps that really need their own tutorial of what you can kind of utilize here in the Google Drive suite. So if we go up here and go to new, and it's the same thing as going right click and then new, but we're going to go to new here, it's going to give us an option where we can choose more. You have Google Docs, Sheets, Slides, Forms, and then a couple of other options here. These are the ones you want to kind of mainly look at. Google Docs is like Microsoft Word, Google Sheets, Excel, Google Slides like PowerPoint, and Google Forms just give you the ability, as you can see here, to create forms and polls that you can send out to coworkers, people in your family for suggestions and things like that. I have a full Google Forms tutorial that I'll link down below as well. And all of those things work the same. You go to new, Google Slides, and it takes you directly to the app where you can create the file itself, and then it will basically directly save that within the folder here once you give it a name and save it directly from where you've created it. Also, you can search your Google Drive by going up here to the search bar, and you can search for specific words. So you can see I can search for specific words, and it will allow me to find specific files. If I wanted to, I could even go to advanced search, and I could search for like things that have these words. And again, all of this will come into play when you have a ton of files like I do within my Google Drive. So you can use this search bar up top, just like you would search any app looking for things. And then lastly, I do want to mention that you can connect your Google Drive with other apps like Slack, Zoom, Trello, and basically have the ability, like I have mine linked up to Calendly, so I can make, like if I go here to my email and I create a new email and compose it, you can see here I have Calendly linked, and I can go ahead and choose from my Calendly options here. So again, within Google Drive, it also allows you to have access to other tools or integrations that play well with Google Drive. It's a very versatile and user-friendly tool, and it can really transform the way you kind of manage your digital life. It's a great way to organize, great way to share, and it's just wonderful that it has all of these features within one. Now, if you have any further questions, please put those in the comment section below. I'll get to those as soon as I can. If you still need help, definitely let me know, and I hope you liked this video and it helped you out. If it did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.